And hello, guys.
How's
We
it
are
going?
live. What? I don't even know what episode this
happened,
is.
bro?
This is 13?
13?
I think it's 13.
Did we check?
Hold on,
Let us check.
real quick.
I'm
Let me check.
so
I got it right
sorry.
here. All right, I already
We didn't even check.
I have the thing open already.
Peas and crackers, cheese and rice.
13, episode 13.
This is episode 13, guys. We're so happy to bring you guys
wow.
more content of occasion and purpose. You're probably like, who is this mysterious stranger in the middle of this camera? And we will be more than happy to introduce Kevin with this short video footage.
His name is Kevin.
So,
My name
guys,
is Kevin.
let's play Kevin's introduction before we start.
Oh, yeah, I got an introduction.
We got instructions for you.
Okay.
We're going to play it right now.
Let's see it. All right.
All right, and we're back.
That was good.
So this is our boy Kevin.
So
So,
be real awkward. There's nothing there.
yeah.
And it just works just staring at the
Yeah,
camera.
exactly.
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
They won't see
Anyways.
that though. That's all in post. That's all in post. So, introduce yourself. Who are you, sir?
Okay, well, my name is Kevin Chavarria.
You said it in Spanish.
Born in Arlington, Virginia.
All right.
20 years old.
West Virginia.
Roommates of Josh for how many years?
We've been roommates
3 years.
like 3 years.
3 or
3
4
years?
Yeah, we've been roommates for a
About
while.
3 years.
Yeah,
About 3 years.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So, yeah, I come from Virginia. Just moved out here. I just came back from training with the Army.
Woo!
My boy.
Military police. Oh, wrong one. Military
Wow.
police. Yep.
Look at this man.
Yep.
They got him.
Yeah, so. Yep.
So that's awesome. So so this episode, guys, it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna just have fun. We're gonna just talk about some cool friendship experiences with us three. You just missed a very funny intro. They won't see it to the end,
Yeah.
but just know that we are pumped up right now. So a lot of cool things happened this week. I went to NASA. Kevin came back, and so now we're all like,
Was living.
And it's his birthday.
It's not my
It's his birthday,
It's
guys!
his birthday. It
It's
really
not.
is.
No,
It
it's
really
not.
is.
Yes, it's his
Everyone
birthday.
wish him
No,
a
it's
happy
not.
birthday.
when this episode will be out, it comes out Monday. It will all have to be your
And we're already
birthday.
having
So
my
we're celebrating your
birthday,
birthday today and tomorrow. We're so happy, Doug, to be our friend and our co-host. Man, we just love you, Doug. How old you be, Doug? This is your 24.
I'm old. I'm an old man.
We gotta take you to
getting old.
Disneyland.
No, I'm okay.
Come on,
I'm okay. No, you already went to Disneyland. No. Too
We'll
old
go
for Disney.
again. We'll go again. I might take Grant anyway, so we might have to just take you with us. So.
I have yet to go, so I gotta.
It'll be on a
tag
weekend.
along. Gotta tag
'Cause
along.
I think we have to go on a week. We'll see. I had to ask my people. But anyway, yeah, it's been a very cool time. So, Kevin, I want to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
So, you're from Virginia. So, how in the world did you travel 3,000 miles to Los Angeles, California? Why?
Well, man. So yeah, that was about almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I've always loved the LA lifestyle. You know, growing up, I've always seen it, and
Speak
I
up a
loved
little
it.
bit, Kevin.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but
for the Spotify and
Yes,
iTunes
yes,
listeners, so you
yes,
can get it right now on Spotify and iTunes.
Give us 5 stars, please. On iTunes.
I'm sorry. Will you
Share
say it again?
on Spotify, please.
Say it again. Speak up. I'm sorry.
okay. So yeah, I've always loved like the LA lifestyle and everything, and it wasn't until like I was in high school, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like all my friends doubted me. I was like, you know what, let me prove them wrong. Let me prove everyone wrong. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get out of high school, and that's what I did. You know, I just packed my stuff and I moved across, and it wasn't the best. It wasn't the
The smartest.
see, it wasn't the smartest way to go
Yeah.
about it. You know, like I could have done it way smarter way. You know, like I could have been more, I guess, financially stable and all that. But you know, we all live and learn. You know, I learned a lot of lessons when I did that. So like, I mean, look at me now. You know, I'm still out here. You know, I grew from it, and I'm still striving and doing pretty
yeah.
well. You know.
So you say, you know, do you regret that decision at all?
Absolutely not. I feel like if I didn't have that happen to me, I wouldn't be the person I am now.
Interesting.
You know,
interesting.
I've learned, like I said, I've learned a lot from that experience.
Yeah.
I grew a lot. I wasn't mature at all.
Yeah.
And that experience, going through all those things that I went through, that you both know of, it helped me be a better person.
Of course. So when you first came out here, you didn't have a lot of friends.
Absolutely not.
I don't recall you having that many friends. So what did you do? How did you get in contact with Doug or me? What was that process like? Tell us some stories.
Okay, well, it all started with you. Okay, this guy, I don't even know who you were. I honestly did not. So I rented out a room in this apartment where he so happened to also rent out another room in there.
It was also illegal.
And
it's also illegal what she was doing.
We're not gonna get into that legal talk. Yeah, to be
You
continued.
don't know who it is.
Right.
You have no clue.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Anyways.
What were you saying, Kevin?
So he so happens to literally live right next to me. My room was literally right next to him. And I never seen him a day in my life. It was like a good weekend.
I was hustling, y'all. I was busy. I was super busy.
And like the only time I would ever hear him is when he came up the stairs and I hear his keychain. Where your keychain at?
Right
All you hear is
my dad.
all you hear is no.
Move it. You move it. Move out the way.
Right there. It's right
It's
there.
right there.
It's right there.
Oh my god, I have to get up.
No, right there. No, that one.
there,
On the
this
bed. On the bed. There you go.
So it's late night.
Because I have lanyards,
right?
so I always have lanyards.
It's like 12 in the morning. All I hear is I'm like, who's in the hell coming this late?
The loudest keys.
Like
on
with
earth.
the loudest keys. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it be. I'm not even gonna say anything. This guy don't want to talk to me. I'm like, that's fine.
I know
won't
you were.
talk to him.
What?
Super late at night. Who's thinking people are up?
And so it's my birthday, right? So I don't have anyone, out here in LA. So
I ate some cake. I ate some cake with you.
yeah, so I had a cake, and the lady was like, oh, Josh is upstairs. Let's see if he wants a piece of cake. I'm like, girl, I didn't even invite him. But I was like, you know what?
She knocks on my door. Get this cake. I was like, oh.
So that's the first time I met him. And then, excuse me, I have a cold right now, but, yeah, so he has a piece of cake, and I'm like, okay, so this is my roommate now, huh? And then we exchanged information. We exchanged numbers, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And then one day, just after that, like I didn't really talk to him, and then one day I get a random phone call, and it's him. He's like, hey, Kevin. I'm like, he's like, what you doing? I was like, obviously nothing. Like, I got no friends, and you know this. And he was like, hey, do you want to go out? Like, we could go do something right now. Like, I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, I had no other plans. So he was like, yeah, just meet me at this location. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about, we're going to go get some food. You're going to show me around or something. And I'm driving there. I'm like, man, where the hell am I? And
what do I take him? You want to know, Doug?
Wait, is that
remember?
That was the first time?
That was the first time.
That was the first time.
Yep.
All right, so let me finish up. Let me take over real quick. So,
Yeah.
so this guy is notorious for taking people to church and not letting them know they're going to church. Like, at all. So he just like, whoop, drives by and say, hey guys, look, this is my roommate. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, brother? Totally caught off guard. Totally caught off guard.
Very off guard.
You were a lot chubbier back then.
I was,
You had a
actually.
gut. You had a
In my defense, the people that I've taken, they love it. They always have fun. They don't regret it.
All right, so we have another friend. She's also in the army.
Yeah. What's up with me in the army?
The way she got over there, they went out to go eat. And it's like, oh, where are we going next? It's like, oh, don't worry about it. He used my line. That's my line. You kidnapped her basically.
Who?
M.
Yeah, but I didn't use your line.
Huh?
I didn't use anybody's line. I just asked.
That's my line. Don't worry about it.
Oh. I didn't know it was yours.
That's
I'm sorry.
mine. I patented it. It's copywritten. It's mine.
But we hung out before. It wasn't like me the first time. Kevin was different. Like I didn't know Kevin, but I just assumed he would like that experience to meet youth people because he didn't know people. And I was like, whoa.
What about M?
That's a really good question.
Exactly.
She was there. She was there at the youth group.
I know she was there,
kept
but
going.
you kidnapped her the first time.
Yeah, but we hung out way before that.
I got that.
Yeah.
But
This is
no,
the first time we were hanging out, though.
Yeah, it's
The first time.
I feel like
Like, you have no friends. Let me take them to people.
Right.
Listen, and all the people you could meet in Los Angeles, why not meet some good people, right? That are the same age. Exactly.
Whoa.
So I was like, oh, this is you are a good person. So is Jerry. So is Zach. So is Angel. So I was like, shoot, yeah, might as well meet them first. Get some trustworthy friends out there. And
Real quick,
and then meet some other people.
How many of them do you actually talk to? One of them is a roommate.
What?
Yeah, he's obligated to talk to me.
I have no choice.
Yeah, I'm always there. What were you saying? So basically I kidnapped both of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever do that to somebody I did not know like that. Except Kevin.
I did lie to my friend once.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Just to get him there.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
I mean,
I felt bad.
Here's the thing. I come from
I think he told
family.
me. I think he told me something like that though. No, you didn't.
I come from a family where we, I grew up in a religion. I grew up as a Pentecostal, so it wasn't something like totally shocking to me. Yeah. But I would understand someone who hasn't, really experienced all that.
And that's your
first time coming in, it would feel a little off, But luckily, I've grew up.
I have a good vibe with people, guys.
Pentecostal brother, you're like, I already know what to do.
Yeah.
He's outnumbered.
I don't know what they just. I'm sorry. I thought this is a multicultural. It's a multicultural show, so I'm glad you know.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Educate me.
You're Mexican?
No, I'm not.
That's what I said.
Okay, I was like,
I got shocked too. I was like, don't you been lying to me this whole time? Why? Do you want to tell them the story?
I think we did.
No, we didn't.
No,
we haven't.
Yeah, we did.
No.
So they can get the inside joke.
Okay, so
I apologize because I didn't know. He told me, but I didn't know. Really, I really didn't know. I'm so sorry.
I was there too, right?
You were here, yeah. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a backstory because so this is what happened. So we're in the car. I think I'm driving. He's in a backseat. He's passenger, and we're talking, and he's saying something about how over there in Alabama. So that's how people used to talk. Be like, those Mexican. I was like, whoa, that's a hard M you just threw down. These Mexicans. I'm like, whoa, relax, Josh. All right. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm sorry for what? I'm not Mexican. I'm Salvadorian. It's like, oh, okay, cool. We drop it at that. It's funny. We go watch a movie.
Hold up. I did that in an educational sense because I wanted you to understand, hey, that's to me that's very offensive. To me, when I heard that, it's offensive. And I asked you guys, do you want me to say it? And you guys said yes. But you guys didn't mind.
But the thing is, it just Mexican, but you really.
That's where I heard it. When I heard it the first time,
you ate something good and then said it. You're like Mexican.
No, that has some anger behind it.
That was anger.
It has some anger.
I'm trying to mimic.
So that happens, and then we go watch this movie called Miss Columbia. So as you guys know where this is
I'm gonna
at.
get that on 4K for a
That's where, okay.
So I'm chilling. Josh is in the middle, in between us. So it's just, you see this beautiful city of Mexico, and then he just leans over next to me. He's like, "Is that how it really is?" I'm like, "Josh, I'm Salvadorian." He's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, get the hell out of here, Josh.
No, he was like, "Is that really how it is in Mexico?" I'm like, this will really just say that right now. Okay.
Maybe you could have been there on vacation. No.
On vacation? Really?
On vacation? Yeah.
Okay.
We're not allowed to go over there. Woo! No, I'm joking.
I'm actually not allowed to go there.
Wait, why aren't you?
Yeah. Well,
mine's a joke.
No, it's like the military is not allowing me to go.
Okay.
It's like a red zone right now.
Makes sense.
So back onto the conversation at hand.
Friendship.
Anyway.
About military.
Oh, that's the frontier.
So I don't want to get into the specifics.
Yeah.
But how was that transition from civilian life to military life?
It was a very rude awakening.
Okay.
Literally.
Like severely rude awakening.
Wake up!
Literally rude awakening. Coming in, busting through the door. Wake the bleep out. Get up. It was really bad. It was really bad. It's not something I got used to at all. Yeah, it was only through basic training though, where they did that, and I didn't really get used to it throughout the whole entire time of them doing that. It's just, imagine your alarm is just screaming at you every single time in the morning, at 4. Oof. It's not fun at all. Oof. After a long day of training, no. But it's something that I had to live with. I mean, I had no other choice. What can I do now?
Yeah.
Can I go home?
Right? Can I go home now? No.
My mom doesn't talk to me like that.
And I'm sure you got people that gave out, right? That just said I can't.
Do they have that card now where they can't?
No,
I
don't know what y'all.
What card?
So many people have told me about that. I'm like,
I think that's a Marine thing. Then it's not an Army thing.
What is it?
So
To the
they basically
people.
have they have this card that they give to like the people
Like a
who are in
stress card,
training.
right?
Yeah, so where they can't take it anymore, and they're just like they won't yell
Oh,
at
wow.
you. Yeah, they
Oh.
won't yell at you.
Oh.
So I don't think they do that for the army, but I
Oh,
think
that's for the few, the proud, the
I
many.
think
The few, the proud.
Yeah,
That's for the
the
few,
Marines.
proud.
The proud, the Marines.
They'll get you there. That's for the few. I think they're.
I don't know.
Few.
It isn't for the army though. I know that for a fact. I don't know where that.
So
came
what's like one lesson like you can apply, just one overall theme that you can apply to your everyday life from the military that you've learned from this experience?
Ooh, man, it is. There's a lot. I mean, you know, with the discipline they installed into all of us, and like just knowing how to talk to someone. You know, like not letting your emotions get the best of you, because like I had a huge problem with that, like letting my emotions get the best of me. Yes. And that's something like you can't do in, you know, like in different types of scenarios that you could go into in the military. So it's like, especially for my job as well as a military police, working in correction facilities and everything, you can't let your emotions get the best of you. You have to learn how to control them. You have to learn how to talk to people. Yeah. And so that's something I can use as an everyday thing now. You know, like actually learning how to talk to people, communicating with, you know,
That's
individuals.
Key.
Yep.
Communicating is key.
That is key.
Yeah.
That is key. I think we all learn from something through that kind of experience. You know, I think recently I went to NASA in San Francisco, and I'll talk about more of that in the next episode. I'm not gonna do it on this episode, but a lot of these things that you do learn, these experiences, can be applied every day. And I think the thing about the military is, which is so distinct to you guys, is, you know, the work ethic you have to perform, and, you know, the sacrifices, and I know the long hours of not being able to sleep or to run 3-4. How many miles you have to run for basic training?
Man, so
how was a workout? Like the workouts and stuff like that. I know that was crazy, huh?
So, you know, basic training workouts wasn't as bad as advanced training, and I thought it would be opposite. We were running every single day pretty much. I want to say a good, like, every morning we'll wake up, maybe run a good 3 miles or something along those lines.
Okay.
It's not
as
too bad.
bad.
But in advanced training, I was running, man, like we were running like 6 miles. We were doing crazy stuff, crazy numbers. So it was just, it was insane. But ruck marches, actually, we did.
Rugby?
So a ruck march.
So
it's this bag that you put on your back, right? And then like you got all your equipment in there and everything, and it's pretty heavy. I want to say to get like at least 50 pounds or something like that. And you just go for a good. The longest we did was like I believe like 11 point something mile ruck.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
So it sucked. And especially on the hills of Missouri, it's not fun at all.
Ain't no Missouri had hills.
No, it was all flat.
I didn't know a lot about Missouri.
I think Kansas is flat. That's what it was. It was something like that. So, for all the people who don't know you, what's your plans on, like, why the military? What's your plans after that? What do you want to do? Because you're 20 years old?
I'm 20 years old.
Okay, so what do you...
You're a young baby.
Well, currently I'm in the reserves. So I went to the reserves so I can go to school. I'm actually planning on doing bigger things in the military as I go on with my contract. I want to reclass as 31 Delta, which is a criminal investigation detective. Ooh. That's my end goal. That's what I really want to go for. Still in the military police section, but you know, just that investigation stuff, you know. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. I think that's inspirational. It really is. I love that. You told me some pretty heavy news recently. You said that you might get deployed.
Yeah. So I found out that my unit is actually being excuse me. They're being deployed by the end of this year or the beginning of next year to Iraq.
What is that experience like? I mean, I know you haven't done it yet, but like for some people that can be nerve-wracking, or that could be like, I have to live my life now because you never know. Yeah. Are you like how do you take that information? I'm
gonna be honest with you. I truly do want to go. Like I'm looking forward to it. Like it's an experience. I mean, it's something else I've never done before. So it's like I'm always wanting to try new things. You know, I'm all about that. And with the military, like I just really want to grow in that aspect as well. So
that would really push you, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that'll help me out a lot as well. Like deployments help you out with your career and everything. So I'm really excited. Right now, like the situations out there isn't looking too bad.
What country is it?
Iraq.
Iraq. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's not looking too bad, especially with so since I only work in correction facilities, they say, well, from my teachers' experiences, my sergeants and everything, they said that it's not too bad out there. Correction facilities, you don't really get crazy stuff happening to you and all that. But I'm attached to an MP unit, so I might be doing MP stuff as well. So, yeah.
Paramedic stuff, right?
No.
No, what is it?
Military police.
Oh, police. Oh,
Military
I didn't know what
police,
that was.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like the actual
Military police.
military police. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You watch those old school movies and you see MP on them, on their helmets.
Oh, okay. I don't watch any old school movies. I'm so sorry.
Okay, never mind. Well,
You have to
military
physically
police.
like put me down and watch a movie. I will not do it if you don't.
He still works in a movie theater, and we have to like drag him to his own movie theater to go watch something. Like it's the worst. It's like it's the worst, dude.
How will I work there?
You see the posters that he has? You see the posters that he has? Yeah, you don't work there anymore?
No, I said I don't know why I work there.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like all the posters. This one, that one, the one behind.
This is
you.
not from the theater, but it's okay.
What?
That was not from the theater. House in the Castle. I
But
bought that
again,
one.
it's a movie. Is what my point.
It is
Exactly.
It's a good movie too. I don't know.
Anyway. Anywho.
Man. So, how do you, like, you see your family not a lot, I assume, because you're from Virginia. So for people, me and Dad talked about topics like this before, but I know people might say, "Oh, you're Josh McCall. You know, you're just a different type of fellow."
Mm-hmm.
How about Kevin? How do you take being so far away from your family, especially being in the military? There has to be some concerns.
Yeah. I mean, there's always things that come up in families, you know, like, whether it's right now, my dad's dealing with a sickness right now, like it's really bad. You know, stuff like that. It worries you and everything. But, all I do is just support them, you know, like I pray and all that, you know, I just help them out through the phone because that's all I could really do. It's tough. It really is. But I mean, I'm doing this for my future. You know, I'm out here for my future, and they know that, and they support me a lot. So the reason why I'm okay with being out here and everything is because they do support me. So it does help me out a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so it does suck at times. It really does. And sometimes I do wish I was out there with them.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like I know this is for something better. You know, down the road.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think you know, as long as your parents support you in some degree, and if they don't, you know, then talk to them. I think that's more of a you personal problem. I think if you explain, if parents see, for example, you wanting to do something and achieve something that is tough, they'll support you, but you have to make your case.
Yeah.
They wanna,
exactly.
And I think you probably made your case long enough. You're responsible, and you came in with a plan. I remember I talked to you, and I was like, "What do you want to do?" "You want to go to the military," and I was like, "Okay, well, how's that process going?" You know, "I need this, this, and this. I'm working on it." And you finally got it together. But you had a plan, and you didn't let go of that plan. As long as you have that set plan, I think somebody's going to support you on that, regardless of what it is. You know.
I mean, it did take them a while for them to support me and everything, but when they saw like I was actually striving for this, and it's something I really wanted, then I was like, okay, like, you know, like, of course we're gonna, you know, support.
You got it. So, you got it. Yeah. And so, and I want to kind of talk about the episode when we're talking about biting off more than I can chew. That is something you probably bit off more than you can chew. I know I did the same thing. Yeah. That doesn't mean you're always going to result in failure.
100%.
And I think you will always fail in some aspect until you finish it. You know, I'm gonna piggyback on what I learned at NASA. NASA has a thing that they say failure is not an option. You know, and so you might not do good for a little bit, but eventually you will succeed. But you just can't give up. And as long as you persevere and keep going, like you did in the military, and now you're here now, and about to get deployed and go back, you know, it's gonna be amazing. You know, you just can't give up. There's no failure. You can't fail.
Yeah. So for those people who are, let me just put it this way: when I say failure is not an option, it's basically saying don't give up. That's the way
I perceive it. Yeah.
That's it's like don't basically it's like you're not failing, you're just not succeeding just yet. Exactly. That's basically it. It's like you're not failing at all. Failure is you giving up completely and you not working anything, but you will succeed later. Yeah.
100%.
And I want to go into a little bit deeper, Kevin, if you don't mind. I want to talk about this for a little bit because I had a situation recently that when people don't know what their life purpose is, like purpose is a big word, like what they want to do with their life. I like that because when you're 20, you don't really get why I'm here. You know, you might be going to school.
Hey, it's like, yo, that's younger too.
Younger too. Oh, that's really younger,
That's
but
younger
you know,
too. 18,
18,
This
17.
is high school, middle school. Yeah, this is around that age.
You don't know. You really don't know. You're just winging it. You're going to school or you're just working. Maybe you're working in retail. You're a manager doing that. You know, you do hair on the side or you whatever, or you work out. You know, you're a personal trainer. You're just living life. You don't really know yet. And I think there's some pure joy, at least for me, to know what I want to do. When I want to do in my life, and I know this is what I want to do, to me, life gets a little bit more easier in like figuring out certain things. So for example, like you want to go into the military, right? You want to go active duty and you want to work and do things with them and also do some things outside the military, right?
Yeah.
Like what kind of stuff is that?
So outside the military?
Yeah. Like you know, you said you want to do military police, right?
Yeah.
And then you also want to do something else outside the military, right? With school, what is that?
Well, with school right now is you know, like getting into the law enforcement type of area. So like, you know how I want to go criminal investigation detective. So I want to bring that out. So once I'm done with, once I
use that
reclass,
military
exactly. Okay. Once I get that experience and use that experience and everything, once I get out, I can use that experience to get out into the civilian world and use that as well.
So as a 20-year-old, how did you know? As a 19-year-old, you had to know before that. What made you know this is what I wanted to do in criminal detection and all that? What led you to that? Like, I think you were doing interior design. Yeah, so that's a switch.
So I was doing architecture at first, but it wasn't until I went through the whole basic and then advanced training where I just grew a love for it.
You knew.
And I knew, and like just learning about like the history about military police and different type of things they do as well. Like there's dog handlers, you know, there's like the actual military police, correction officers, and then there's the criminal investigation detectives. So there's so many things, and then that one particular thing did catch my interest, Yeah, it wasn't until I got into advanced training where I actually was like, man, like, I want to do this.
So sometimes you're telling me it's okay for me not to know what I want to do, but I have an idea of something, so let me go push myself in just anything, and then eventually I'll figure it out.
Exactly.
You see, okay, because that's what I'm trying to get at, because people come to me all the time, or I hear people say all the time, I don't know what I want to do, I want to get a get-rich-quick scheme, or whatever.
I want a pyramid scheme.
A what?
A pyramid scheme.
A pyramid scheme. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Basically, right? They want to get to the top as fast as possible, but they don't really, and it's not really about work ethic, but they don't put a lot of work ethic into it, but they also don't want to take any type of risk. Yeah. And I think going to the military, is that a risk to you, Kevin? Was that a risk, or was that just like a leap of faith?
It's a risk and a leap of faith, honestly. I mean, a risk to my body physically. You know, like, man, I went through some things. So, but no, it really is. Yeah.
But you did it. You said, I don't care how I feel or how I come out on this. I just have to do it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Look at that. He's back.
He's back.
He's
Save
back.
the sound.
One piece.
He's
He
back.
knows what he wants from his
Boys
life.
are back.
I am so happy you're back, Kevin. The fans love
appreciate
you this episode. I thank you for coming out and spend some time with me and Doug. We want you to come back anytime you want. You always feel free. So
Might just come over.
You know where I live, so
we know where you live.
We're gonna knock the next time. I'm like, hey, Kev, like, come here.
Hey, we're shooting.
If you guys want more Kevin, please in the comments below or Instagram, do something. Just let
us know. And
let
if you
anybody
don't,
know.
just
if you don't, you don't.
We will
That's
kick
fine
you
with
to the
me.
curb.
I got my own place over there, so.
Doug.
We're done, huh?
That's it.
Hold on. Real quick. Remember, guys, iTunes, Spotify, we're on there. We're getting all the other old videos on there just for you guys, because I know we're very much backed up. We only have a few.
I could probably do it this week.
Take your time. Don't worry about it. These guys can wait.
Where's the links at though?
The link or description below.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
Down below.
Good.
Down there.
If you're on Spotify, you're in the right place at the right time. And you're on iTunes, you're in the right place. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Give us 5 stars on iTunes, please. Just because. Just do it. Just because we can shut up and
You won't hear us
other
from
people.
them.
Yeah, we won't.
Exactly.
We'll do it like 2 more times, and after that, you won't hear us from them again.
Exactly.
But to close it off, if you're gonna do good,
Wait,
Hmm?
if you're gonna do good, Kevin, do good just.
Do good.
If you're gonna do good,
if you're gonna do good,
do good just because.
there we go.
all
That's
right,
it.
all right, guys.
Woo!
Bye.
Let's go.
Clean.
Hey Jude, don't make it sad. Take a sad song and make it better. Let it out and let it remember to let out into your home. And you begin to make it better. All together now, all together, here we go. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, hey Jude, hey Jude, hey Jude, hey Jude, hey Jude. Woo! Woo! Na na na.
Let's get hot in here.
Hey Jude. All right, all right.
All right. That's enough of